Hey my beautiful angels, welcome back to another video. My name is Angie and today we have this very warm toned smoky eye that is perfect for date nights, going out with the girls, or I'm actually rocking it as a day look. I like bold looks, smoky eyes, so any time of the day I wear them. So if you want to see how I make this eye look, just keep on watching. It's very simple. I believe a total of just 4 shadows, so just keep on watching. Alright guys, as you can see, I already have my eyebrows done and my lids are primed. For this look, I'm going to be using the James Charles palette, and I'm starting with the shade called 518, and it's this very orange shade. I'm packing it in to my lid first. I'm not gonna bother blending it out. I just want to get that pigment into my lid first, and this is going to be my transition color. So I'm just going to head and pack it in, really get it into my lid and pack it into the shape that I want. So now I'm going in with the shade Code James, which is this very warm toned brown. And again, I'm just going to pack it in. I haven't blended anything out because once I blend it out, I lose that pigment. So I'm not bothering to blend anything out. I just want to pack it in, and then later on I will blend everything out. So you guys, for this look, I actually had a very hard time blending everything together and getting colors on the shades onto my lids. I used a different concealer. I got the ColourPop concealers, and I just don't think they work for me. My shadows were coming on slightly patchy, and my lids were creasing like crazy today. So next I went in with the shade 10% Off, which is a darker warm toned brown. And this is just to darken up the outer corner. So I'm just packing it in just to darken it up. I want the outer corner to be the darkest. So for this shade, I'm going more towards the outer corner and then slightly bringing it inwards, but focusing mainly on the outer corner. So here I'm just blending everything out, and as you can see, you do lose a lot of pigment once you blend it out, so you have to keep going back and forth and back and forth. And I did lose some of that first orange shade that I had put on, so I just went back to brighten it up. And then I went back in with 10% Off to darken it up even more. So with a packing brush, I use the same shade, 10% Off, and that is going to be all over my lid. And I'm just going to pack it in. And just like I said, I did have some problems blending in all the shadows, so I used a blending brush and I grabbed the shade Code James, and I'm just blending it out. I tried to blend it out as best as I could, but you'll see at the end of this video my lids were already creasing and I had some patchiness, so I will not be using that concealer on my lids again. I'll be using my regular Tarte Shape Tape from now on. And then I went in with the shade Spooky, and I'm just going to darken up the outer corner even more. That is going to give us that cat eye effect that we want, so we're keeping it light in the inner corner and darken it really up in the outer corner. And our lashes too, the lashes that I used today, they wisp out even longer at the end, at the outer corner, so that helped us even more with that cat eye effect. So just like always, I'm using the No Pore Blend Primer, and I'm mixing my Milani and my Too Faced foundation to get my shade. And I blend it out first with my brush, and then I go in with my sponge to make sure I work it into my skin and to get rid of any streaks that my brush might have left behind. So I'm going then in with my concealer, and I do use the Tarte Shape Tape, and then I did use the ColourPop concealer because the ColourPop concealer that I got was just a bit lighter, so that helps me brighten up my under eyes. So I put just a few dots closer to my lower lash line just to lighten it up, and then the Tarte Shape Tape more towards my cheeks to help blend it out. And just like always, I set my under eyes with my Cocoa Contour Palette and the shade Light Cocoa with my Real Techniques brush. And I also set my laugh lines, my smile lines, and my nose because it tends to get really oily. And for the rest of my face, I am setting it with my Fit Me face powder and my Big BH Cosmetics powder brush. For my bronzer today, I'm using my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And the brush that I'm using, I actually got it in my BoxyCharm for the month. So I'm just trying it out. So bronzing up the cheeks, the forehead, and the chin. And I'm using a smaller brush to contour my nose. And I'm using the medium cocoa shade in my Cocoa Contour Palette. And I don't really care much about my nose contour. I do sometimes I don't. It just depends on the look that I'm doing. But since my eyes were so intense, I decided I want to contour my nose that day. And then I'm going in with my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm using the two first shades to contour my nose. And not my nose, my cheeks actually. And now I'm going to bake just to clean up my lines on my cheeks and the contour on my nose. And then the rest of it, once again, I do set my smile lines just because throughout the day they will kind of crease right there. And as always, I'm using my Milani blush in Tea Rose. This is my favorite blush that I own. And for this look, surprise, surprise, I'm actually not using Purple Dreams like the last few looks that I've done. It just didn't go with this look because it's very warm and neutral. So I'm using my Morphe highlighter in the shade Lit, which is more of like a light goldish kind of color. So I'm dusting off the bake that I had on so I could go ahead and highlight my nose, the tip of my nose, and my Cupid's bow. And just a little bit on my forehead with the same highlighter, which is the Morphe Lit. To finish up my under eyes, I'm using 10% off, which is that dark brown, the dark warm brown, and I'm going to blend it out with the orange shade called 518. And then I will just be adding my mascara, which is the Better Than Sex mascara. And for my inner corner highlight, I'm just using the same highlight from Morphe to tie up the whole look together. So I'm just going to set my face, and that is it for this video, guys, for this look. For this look today, it's just a very simple look. This is another look you don't really have to be precise with. And yeah, I really like it. The lashes go really well with this look. And for my lips, I just used my L'Oreal lip liner in Beyond Pink and the Appeal Hollow lip gloss. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to comment down below, subscribe, and give this video a like if you like this look. Let me know what other looks you want to see in future videos.